You've seen the thumbnail, you know why you're here. Welcome to my channel. I go by the name of Mr. Midas. Now you could have been anywhere in the world right now, but you with me and I appreciate that. Now if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe. Yes, and tell a friend to tell a friend. We are working to 1K. Now, the wonderful, the incredible, the amazing people at Sony sent me a PlayStation 5 about a week ago. Now I've worked in the gaming industry for about 5 years and I am the biggest PlayStation fan, and Sony, this means so much to me, like more than you'll ever know, so thank you so much. And big up Naysaga and the Nerd Council. Now, yes, I am a PlayStation fanboy. Yes, Sony sent me this console for free, but first of all, I am a gamer. And I love talking about games and I love reviewing games, and it means everything to me. If you want to take my opinion with a grain of salt, that's cool, I get it, but I'm coming from my heart with this one. So let's review the PlayStation 5. To get you ready for your PS5, I'm giving away a copy of FIFA 21 from our friends at EA. And remember, you get a free upgrade from PS4 to PS5 with FIFA 21. Stay tuned to the end of the video to find out how to win. Now, Sony has some of the strongest consoles and first-party titles since they exploded into the gaming industry in 1994, with their wacky lead character Crash Bandicoot, adding CD discs instead of cartridges, and basically putting a middle finger up to Nintendo after a bad business deal went sour between the two Japanese titans. PS2 was extremely popular, adding a DVD player to the device, and in so many people's eyes, it is their favorite console. PlayStation 3 is probably Sony's first real hardware hurdle in the gaming industry, as developers found it extremely difficult to program for the hardware. And Sony may have been a little bit too gassed with the sales of the PS2 because they came out with a mad initial price point, which was just ridiculous. But they won back the generation with their amazing titles, the way only Sony can, with games. Titles such as The Last of Us, Uncharted, Ratchet & Clank, and the Infamous series. And the super successful PlayStation 4, surpassing 110 million units, a complete mazza. And the PlayStation 4 has been the leading console for a long time. And 7 years later, we get to introduce the next generation, the PS5. And Sony are going big, literally in both size and scope. The PS5 looks like nothing we've ever seen in gaming. 4K at 120Hz TV with a HDMI 2.1 super fast NVMe SSD and a powerful GPU. We're talking 10.28 teraflops and an expandable hard drive. A whole new generation for the PS family, with the DualSense controller adding a microphone, new share options, blow, adaptive trigger, and a whole new way to play PlayStation. And I'm so excited to see what the first party devs do with all these powerful new features. Now, the new UI is sexy. It's so simple to have the PlayStation Store straight on the home screen. The new hub is impressive. Everything is on your home page without it being messy. Move to the left and your PlayStation Store instantly. Over to the right, your full library of games, and it lets you know what gen the game is, if it's PS4 or PS5 titles. And it works so well and it feels easy, which is exactly what you want. Ease on your console. The new DualSense controller is probably the biggest change and upgrade in this next generation console, and it matches the slick new look. Now, if we're talking about PlayStation, we must talk about games, because no one does video games like Sony. And I am beyond excited and mind blown that I got to play Insomniac's Spider-Man Miles Morales. And I love being back in this world, and the game gives you two options for performance: 30 frames per second with better graphics, or 60 frames per second with no ray tracing, which was super surprising as I was expecting 4K 60 FPS standard with ray tracing on. But as soon as I started swinging around New York City, it was just so sick, fam. Like, Miles feels different from Peter, and the DualSense controller felt incredible. Like, it just felt like being at home. Like, it didn't feel too weird, but it did have something just new and slick to it. After playing for a few hours, I could definitely feel the size difference in our two controllers, but it wasn't any major issue to me. The game is beautiful, and with so much happening on screen, like, I was blown away how silent the fan is on the PS5. Even when I put the game on silent, the only sound that came out was from the speaker of the DualSense. But this isn't a Spider-Man review, so I also spent some time playing Astro'sPlayroom, which is the best tech demo for the DualSense controller, and where I use so many of the brand new features, including blow. Yes, you can blow on the controller and it feels it. It's mad. It made me think about blowing out a candle or a fire in games like The Last of Us or Tomb Raider. And the haptic feedback on the PS5 controller is so sick. So basically, on your two triggers, you can feel like resistance when you're pulling back, so it almost feels like pulling an arrow. So that's gonna work on Horizon Zero Dawn. Or you could feel like you're gun jamming, so like that's gonna be sick on Call of Duty, and it just brings so much more immersion. Now, the PlayStation 5 has a high-speed SSD card, and I wanted to know how much faster it was compared to the PlayStation 4 standard hard drive. So I loaded my game of the year, Final Fantasy VII Remake, which I know like the back of my hand, fam. And it was so fast. Like, the game downloaded in about 15 minutes, like the full game. I can't believe how quick it downloaded. And it basically just started straight away. And the performance changes was mad. So like, when you're playing FF7 Remake, you'll be in an action scene and then it will move to a cutscene. And on the original game on the PS4, you felt a few seconds like delay from the loading, and it is just instant on the PS5, like ridiculously instant. There were certain sections of the game that annoyed me, like when you are trying to open a door or something, you got to hold the triangle button. It happened in seconds. It was so seamless. Like, if I've never played it before, I wouldn't even realize that it was a thing. And yo, that SSD card is the thing. It is so fast. Now, the PS5 has less storage than the competitor with 825 gig instead of a 1TB hard drive, which is still impressive, but unlike the Series X, PlayStation allows you to use any high-speed external SSD card that matches with the PlayStation 5 rather than just their own brand. Now, if you don't get what this means, it means when technology gets cheaper, like hard drives get cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. So in a couple years, you're going to be able to get a 1TB or a 2TB hard drive for basically nothing. And as long as it's a high speed one, you're going to be able to use it with your PlayStation 5. But if you get a competitor's console, you would have to buy their brand SSD external card, which is a really important thing going forward. Now, I love the new account options because the PlayStation 5 gives you lots of information about trophies and things like that, and you can set spoiler warnings, because I hate spoilers, fam, and it jars me. And one thing's really dope, you can set the game difficulty for all of your games as standard. So if you guys are playing on easy out here, or if you're a hard mode boss, you just set it once and then you can have it for all of your games. And what's even better for me is I can turn subtitles off all of my games rather than having to do it individually one way at a time, because I feel like seeing text on screen always loses my immersion. Sony has been in the game for a long time, and I feel like they understand how to give gamers an incredible experience. And through the time I played, I felt like this gaming experience was so streamlined. Now, a lot of people hate the look of the PS5, and I personally think it's dope. Like, it's super futuristic, but the size is a bit of an issue. Like, it is hench, fam. Like, it is a big ass console and it takes up almost my whole TV stand. Now let's talk about the price point. So £449 for PlayStation Disc Edition or £359 for the discless edition. Now I honestly surprised at the low price point. I was expecting it to be so much more for the next gen consoles, but I understand 2020 has been a very difficult year. And to be honest, I believe there's no rush to go to the next generation. Like, the console is amazing. Like, I love every moment of it. But some of the biggest titles are still coming to the PS4. You've got Spider-Man, you've got Horizon Zero Dawn, Watch Dogs, Cyberpunk. They're all coming to the last generation. But I keep it a buck. If you've got the money and you want a better lifestyle console, this is what you need in your life. It's faster, it's quicker, it's more sleek, it makes things easier, and oh my gosh, it's so silent. No more does it sound like a lorry is driving through my room when I'm gaming. And I'm loving it. So I think if you financially can afford it, this is definitely one for you. And remember, PlayStation has some of the best titles ever, and you are not going to get those exclusives on any other console. And that's why PlayStation are PlayStation. And that's it. That is my review for the PlayStation 5. Now I need to know in the comments straight away, are you going for the PlayStation 5? And if you are, is it physical edition or digital? Are you gonna go physical like me? Are you about that disc life? Or are you going all digital? Are you on this Netflix thing? Or have you been swayed to go over to the Xbox with the Series S's price point? So yeah, let me know in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching the whole video. Like, it means a lot to me. Thanks again, Sony, for actually allowing me to get hands-on with the PlayStation 5 early. Like, it's just incredible, and like, I'm so happy. So remember, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe, make sure you hit that bell notification, and don't let the YouTube algorithm bully you and tell you what you should watch, fam. I've been Mr. Midas, you've been amazing, and I am out of here, man. I'm going to play my PlayStation 5. Bye. To win a copy of FIFA 21, all you need to do is subscribe to my channel, and in the comment section below, say which PlayStation 5 game you are most excited for, and obviously leave your social, your Twitter or your Instagram handle below as well.